Dave, as he swears just as we come on.
Well, it's been one of those weeks, hasn't it? So I deserve to swear. It feels like a swearing week.
Why? Because you're going to be able to lose to the Dees at the MCG.
I think the Eagles have got nothing to lose.
Yeah, I said that about the Dallas Mavericks.
We didn't mention this.
Well, because you've not been here. You've been away. Apologies to everybody who streams and watches us, which is not many, at go time. But Davo's been working abroad.
Yes, I was.
You were in Boston. No,
I was
New York.
Where was I?
Where were you?
I was in London and then Paris. Okay. I was staying in a chateau, actually. A chateau. Yeah. Very really? Melbourne supporter. The chateau. I'm trying to get the stream up. Here we go. I had to swap to my iPhone because the Wi-Fi wouldn't let me work.
Passwords, eh?
Yeah, that's it. I'm going to enter the studio. Hopefully I don't break anything because I want to see if there's anyone chatting. What is and there are people chatting. Fee's nodding her head like, yes, Dave, there are people chatting. Are there really? I don't see it. That's because I
can see it from here. I just can't read it.
All right. I'm Barry and Ruth are here.
They're always
here.
Oh, I love Barry and Ruth. Hey, you've missed a bit while you've been away football-wise. There's been a lot going on over the last 4 or 5 weeks, and I really want to crack into it with all our people that are on right now. So leave comments as we go to each subject matter. But there's been a bit. Not great stuff for the Demons, to be honest with you. But at least a better performance last week, Davo, up in Brisbane. So let's start there, shall we?
We should start there.
It was one of those ones, just like with the Dallas Mavericks, it's just one of those ones where you didn't expect much, and they did okay. And nearly got there, didn't they? It was the last quarter of just a heartbreaker.
The Dees. Mm-hmm. They played the best second quarter I've seen them play in forever, and I was like, this is it.
Yeah,
they're back.
The mojo's back.
It's me on this computer. I can't even tonight, I can't do the basics.
Doesn't matter. Don't worry about it.
Put the comments up and just tell us if someone says something.
Yeah.
Right. Melbourne were great against Brisbane. They turned up. I thought it was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Finally.
Cozzy.
And then.
What a game.
Yeah, Cozzy was very good.
I mean, look, we can focus on what happened at the end.
I can settle now. I feel like.
Here's to a victory this week for
the Eagles.
For me. Usually I can say hopefully the Dees win, but we're playing your mob.
You wouldn't want to lose. We definitely need to talk on Melbourne. Before I do, because you just mentioned the Eagles, the worst game of football I've ever seen.
Last week?
They took 2 marks in the forward 50 for the entire game. By three-quarter time, no one had taken a mark in the forward 50. Did that ever happen in your day? Did you ever not take a mark in the forward 50? Not you personally, but the team.
Yeah, I mean, I remember games where we've been really bad and it seems like we haven't been able to take a mark inside forward 50. You know, you go back a bit and the Melbourne supporters who are listening right now will remember like games down in Geelong where you remember that game, and I don't need to mention
187 points,
yeah. Was there a mark taken inside forward 50? And it's really got to do with the way the ball is moved and the purpose and the attitude. And there were games where I remember we just could not get it together against a rampaging team. So very rarely though, like
they just looked like they didn't give a shit. Like if I'm really honest, and if that happens again this week against Melbourne,
trouble, because you've got a lot to play for it. Believe it or not, at the West Coast Eagles at the moment.
Yeah,
Harley Reid. I said this when he first started, and he just burst onto the scene, and we were all just eyes glazing.
Yeah,
of what he was producing out there, and it's the shot in the arm that the Eagles need, and it's also a bit of a shot in the arm that the league needs. It's like, okay, here's another different type of talent that's coming.
It's exciting to watch. You would, if he was playing on Friday night or whatever, you'd be really interested in seeing the kid, what he can do, like what he did against the Dees last time.
Yeah,
with Oliver and Petrarca and it's going to be probably close to one of the goals of the year, apart from Bailey's. Fritsch's goal from the boundary line against Geelong, which most Melbourne supporters would probably remind me as soon as I said that the Harley Reid's goal of the year, they were going to remind me that Bailey's goal was great.
Oh, yes, but, you know, it's I'll reiterate, I think he is a breath of fresh air because we're looking for these athletes. We're looking for 6'2", 3", and I'm really buoyed by his performances and the I guess just the excitement around him from not just us as, couch potatoes and people that love the game, but also Jason Taylor and people that know talent in football. It's a guy that, is he super fast? Maybe he looks super fast. He's strong, but he's not 6'2" or 3.
Yeah.
He'd probably be 6 foot, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
It looks like.
Does anyone know? Someone can search it for us.
Probably just a little bit under.
I can pull my laptop out.
6 foot.
Are you on that stream? Can you see anyone or no?
Not yet. I'm going to go.
Are people there? Oh, Facebook put it up there.
Why
do they fall asleep?
Why does our club always fall into a heap? Have seen this over 5 decades. Oh, I know.
All they needed, they had how many shots a goal? They needed Clayton Oliver's shot should have gone in. There's Langdon had a shot 35 metres out directly in front. Any of those shots go in.
Hang on a sec. I'm going to mute this thing.
What's with Apple?
Apple is, there we go. Sorry. Back on.
Yeah, I might be able to do it here too. I reckon I've worked it out. Now that I've had a whiskey.
It's a bit like that. I'm good. The last comment, it is a bit like that. We feel like, do you know where the emotion is coming from the Melbourne supporters at the moment? And it's pretty obvious. I mean, I don't need to go into it. It was that we won a premiership over in the West. And we said this in the last podcast, Davo. We
didn't see it.
We were blind. We thought that we were going to see a lot of this over the next.
If a bear shits in the woods, analogy.
Because we didn't see it up close.
Because we didn't know Melbourne supporter really saw it.
Literally, people have been saying that to me.
Really?
It doesn't count because it was a COVID one.
Oh, that's bullshit.
Now, that's not fair. Come on. We're taking it anyway. It's like we thought they'd come back to Melbourne and do it because you looked at the club, you looked at the team and the premiership window and the age of everyone and you go, wow, we're going to see a lot of this for a long time. Straka and Oliver and Gawn and then this new batch coming through. We thought Jackson was amazing. Brazier.
Yeah.
Just a really elite team. And we thought at least 5 years. 5 years.
Yeah.
Cozzie's going to get better. And then there's this Van Ruin coming up. Jackson was a superstar. We didn't know he was going to
Van Ruin played very well last week, actually.
He did. I like Van Ruin. I think he's going to be an absolute superstar.
But you're right. Yeah, everyone was assuming. But I don't know if I said it on the podcast, but I was also worried, having watched the Eagles numerous times and seeing what happens when an injury hits the midfield. You guys had Petrarca and Oliver playing with Gawn for a long time, and it was only a matter of time until one of those three got hurt, and now one of the three's got hurt. And Gawn's getting old. Doesn't mean he's not. I don't know. Did they run out of steam? No. They looked like they ran out of steam against Brisbane. I'd be really interested in what others say. They were awesome in that second quarter, and we were pumped. I was like, yes, this is great. And then I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. No, I think it was absolute panic. I don't think it was fitness. I think it was just we've got to keep remembering that this is a very young team. We are constantly one of the youngest teams in the AFL playing every week. And I've said this before, and I know it probably doesn't look like it. Optically, it doesn't look like it, but it's true.
I'm going to chat GPT this now.
Our average age every week at the moment has us almost at the top of the youngest teams, age and games played. So can we go through the names? I mean, surely you've got to agree with me.
Yeah, they're young. They're definitely young. There's definitely people playing for Melbourne that I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
I was like, who's this kid? All of a sudden.
And it's good because, you've got to keep blooding guys. And it has looked like this year it's not going to be the year. But I'm really excited about some of the young kids coming through. I'm disappointed Conan Brown's not playing this week. I really want to see him play. I'm disappointed Tajwell Woden hasn't played. I want to see him play.
Yeah, they're not getting too much of a go.
And there's reasons. We're not on the inside. We don't know. No. There's got to be a reason, and they're the coaches for a reason. They're the brains trust, and they're doing their job. So they've got to have legitimate, this is why we're doing it, and we're looking towards the future stuff. And as frustrated as we might get, I still think, I'm talking young. I'm talking Rivers. I'm talking Judd. I'm talking Van Ruin's still really young. Cozzy's still really young.
Yeah.
And we've got guys debuting all over the place at the moment. Disco Turner is 19, 20. We're giving a go to a lot of guys, so you can see where his mentality is at the moment, our coach. Got to start thinking towards the future. Are you chat GPTing as we
Trying to. It didn't do a very good result. It said Melbourne was the oldest club because I didn't do a very good prompt. And it said like Melbourne and Geelong are the oldest club. And I went, well, if you put in a stupid question, you get a stupid answer.
ChatGPT isn't all that, is it?
The ChatGPT said, I said, rank the age of the current age of AFL clubs who played last week. I want to understand which team is the youngest currently. It said, can you please provide the list of the AFL clubs? Piss off.
No, figure it out for yourself.
I thought you were an AI.
Now, Davo.
Yes, I agree. Barry says you must win.
It's a must win.
Credibility, it's a must win. And Ruth said Harley Reid is 6'2".
No. Is he?
Yeah, every kid's 6'2" these days.
That's exactly.
No, well, it's because of the chicken steroids.
I don't believe what you read.
I think it's the chicken steroids.
But I reckon it was said on my stats when I was playing that I was 82 kilos and 184 or 185. I'm 183 and there was no way I was in the 80s.
What were you, 90?
91, 92 playing weight.
Oh, really?
Not that anymore though.
Was it muscle or?
Yes, it was muscle.
How much in your ass?
Most of it. And I'm being honest.
It's a powerful muscle. You can
bum,
jump.
Solid bum.
Yeah.
It put me in good stead, that bum of mine. I did a paper round when I was a kid, and I grew up in a little town called Penguin. And you'll agree with me here. The first and second born child are always, arguably the second born. The first child is...
second born is the best.
Second born is the best, right?
Yeah.
I was the second born. My sister...
What were you? Second born?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 3 out of 3. That's 100%.
That's right. And no one else hit argue.
What about Barry and Ruth? What do you and Victor?
Second,
born. First, third. What were you born?
Second born is always the most talented.
They all saved.
It's not the point I'm trying to make, though. And while they answer, the point I'm trying to make is that the first kids along always cop the, there's, seriousness and strictness from your parents. They want you to turn out the best and, get the easy run in that the younger kids do when their parents have just given up and they don't care anymore. Yeah, go do whatever you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
Ruth was firstborn.
No, sorry, Ruth.
Sorry, Ruth.
Continue with your story. This is just for Ruth. The firstborn is problematic.
I grew up in a little town called Penguin, and Penguin's very hilly. I don't know if you've ever been to Penguin. It's out there in Facebook land. You probably know what I'm talking about if you've been there. It's just so many hills. And I did a paper round, and I did the Sunday morning paper round, and the Sunday morning paper is thick.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
I delivered 40 to 50 papers every week, and I had my bag that I would throw on my back, ride my bike down to the news agency down in the town at 6:30 in the morning on a Sunday morning, and then ride all the way back up all through the hills and deliver these papers.
Wow.
I never rode my bike.
What time in the morning?
Yeah, cold.
5?
Like, no, 6:30 I picked the papers up.
Could have exaggerated and said 5.
I should have said 5.
Gotta get up at the crack of dawn, mate. I had to be up at 3, and I'll be out the door by 4, be back to feed my sisters by 6 o'clock.
And the chickens, and
right.
I rode my penny farthing down it. No. And I'd walk these hills with this bag on my back, and I reckon it developed my bum muscles and my leg muscles and got me to where I needed to be in terms of that. My sisters, failures when it comes to sport, they got driven. So there you go. There's a lesson.
I think we're the opposite. Before I went away, I'm training for half a marathon. I tore my ass muscle, which not my muscle. I tore the tendon.
Yeah, quickly tell us how that happened.
Running.
Okay.
Turns out I don't really use my ass. So we're the opposite. You use your ass all the time, but it's really strong, and I don't really use it.
You're a computer person. You sit in front of computers, and
this is true.
Even to this day, I'm still out and about running around. I played a game of footy on the weekend.
Oh yeah, I was going to come, but it was cold.
You're an asshole. You're a fucking asshole.
I was really going to go. I was so excited, and then it was like 3 degrees.
I'll run you through the text messages, everybody, of how excited Davo was to come and see me I think the quote was, "This is now my new favourite thing, watching you play football. I cannot wait." And you didn't show up. And then I get the message after the game.
How'd you go?
How'd you go? Probably a bit cold. You're an ass. And it was very cold.
It was really cold.
So
how did you go?
I played for the Parktail Vultures in the over 35s.
Vultures?
Yeah.
That's a name they're not bringing into the AFL.
The Vultures in the over 35s. And,
this is good.
And we kicked 4 goals, I think, for the game.
Yeah.
The opposition kicked 5, maybe 6. So it wasn't really thrilling. We lost. I kicked
Wasn't
2.
high scoring?
I kicked 2.
Where did you play?
Thank you very much. Half forward flank, something like that. Just in the forward line there.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere else?
Did you take any marks in the forward 50?
Yes, but here's the thing. You're not allowed to raise your knees in over 35s.
Well, fair enough. You shouldn't be allowed to raise your knees pretty much in any league at this rate.
Tell the Collingwood backline that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about that? Poor old Dees. He's knocked over 2 people and nearly killed them.
Yeah.
Will there be an knee-jerk reaction from the AFL?
Not yet.
After
Third time you're out.
Watch this space. If another person has something happen to their spleen.
If another person is in intensive care because of a marking contest in Collingwood's backline, someone will have to answer for it.
How good's that whiskey? None such.
God.
What
Where
a
is
great.
it? I feel so much better. Can we start the podcast now?
All right, so you went to Boston.
No, I didn't. I went to London.
London. Didn't you go to America?
I did that in May.
Anyway, you're a Boston Celtic fan and they won. So
Yes, I was.
Boston.
Go on.
Do you know why I like
Tatum?
Do you know why?
Look, Tatum's on your shoulders.
I'm actually loving that Boston won because that puts them ahead of the Los Angeles Lakers, and I hate the Lakers.
Yeah, but your team lost, and you're Dallas.
Yeah, but
it's like, we'll be back. We'll be back. I said, we're going to win this easy. This is going to be a sweep. It'll be so easy.
I was trying to pump it up.
Everyone on Dallas, they're all just like, whatever.
You're saying that because
too good, but Tatum. So this guy, right? You want to think about AFL salaries? Yeah, do you know how much he re-signed for?
I read this. Unbelievable.
I don't want to get it wrong.
It's the world record.
It's either, I think it's 472 million.
It's the new record. I think Steph had it before this, and now it's the new record.
I think it's either 472 million or 372 million. At that rate, who gives a shit how many million?
Not even the best player at Boston.
Yeah, well, so Brown, he's on 435 million. And I'm like, that's 8. What's their salary? Oh, they don't have a salary cap. Oh, no. No, do they not? And I don't reckon the AFL should have a salary cap either as a West Coast Eagles supporter. Yeah. I reckon open it up, open the checkbooks, and let's have like a steroid league and like just let's go.
You want a steroid?
Just let them take steroids, performance-enhancing drugs, and as much money as you want pumped into whatever club. Super League.
So basically you want the Eagles to be able to do what they did in the 90s. There I said it.
We did well too.
There I said it.
There you go.
We used to run out in the ground.
Glenn Jakovic.
We'd run out against the ground in the 90s and just go, oh my God. There was
Glenn Jakovic was a monster.
They had veins poking out everywhere, massive biceps.
We were just in the
jacked.
They were in the gym.
Jacked.
I did some work with them. I knew the sports science guy. There were a lot of bicep curls. There were a lot of chest presses. There were a lot of protein shakes.
Was the sports science guy Steve Dank? Steve, that guy, who then went to Essendon and did great things.
Yeah. I wonder if it was then more widespread than just Essendon, right?
I think we all past players of the AFL believe the West Coast Eagles were sampling the good stuff. But look, we've moved on.
The Wild West, whatever goes.
Wild West. And
it's a different country, mate.
Put it out there right now. I think the West Coast Eagles have been left alone like they have over there in Western Australia by the AFL after the absolute pathetic performances they've put up over the last 5 years since the premiership.
Yeah.
Shocking. They've been left well alone.
Yeah.
Why? Because they've got so much money in the bank.
Yes.
So much money. They've probably got more than the AFL.
Well, they still have a wait list for a membership, even though they're not winning.
They don't have to spend it on anything. They don't have to grow the game.
Well, they also owned the ground because it's owned by the Football Commission. So they used to, I don't know what the structure is now, But previously at Subiaco Oval, they owned the ground. So every time they played or whatever, it's like just money in the pocket.
So you've got mail about the West Coast Eagles, I believe. Come on, mate. Come on. Rat on your club.
Nah.
You're not going to rat on your club.
Nah.
You're not going to tell me that they're going to build their own stadium because they've got enough money to build their own stadium.
They could.
With the amount of money that they have in the bank, they're on the way there to building their own stadium.
They won't build their own stadium.
A stadium that could house... How many do you think you could get to West Coast Eagles game?
They have 60,000 members and a wait list. They would easily do 80 to 100.
So you build... How big would you build your stadium? Capacity? 100, 120?
I think...
Because there's a stadium in Brazil that has 120 capacity.
It's a good question. Why not? Soccer ground. Why not? Yeah, I'd build a 100,000 seat stadium. If you had the cash, you'd build it.
How much cash do you need?
Good question. Billion? Does anyone know? We could Google it.
Because I think Tasmania is trying to build that stadium.
It's only 500 million? Only. Tatum could pay for it. Tatum Stadium.
100%.
It's over 5 years though,
But how amazing is that, really? We have a club in the AFL and we all think business-wise, Collingwood, Richmond, Essendon, the big clubs. Really, they're nothing compared to what the West Coast Eagles have in their savings account.
No, but it's like you go. Everyone will say this too. It's a 2-team town in a football crazed city. Like you don't watch anything else. Population of 1. I don't know. When I was there, it was like 1.2 or 1.3 million. It's not massive. Melbourne's pushing 5 million, but there's 12 clubs or whatever there is in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So it's
and
no one supports Fremantle,
and
unless you've
there's rugby supporters here, and there's a lot of other sports supporters here. Yeah. Over there, I would argue that it's pretty much just
football.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of Wildcats.
Yeah, the Wildcats get really well supported, and I think if you, I don't know, man. I don't think they'll build their own stadium. I don't know how it works. The state government own the ground, I think.
Yeah, well,
but so then they must be they rent it like everyone else.
The state government would expect some money put up, and then they'd put up the rest, and there'd be deals done all over the place.
But it's WA, so it's like state government's probably owned by the Eagles.
Yeah. It says on Wikipedia, Robbo, that you were 6 feet 2 inches and 91 kilos. Is that the truth?
Is that what it says?
Is that the truth, Ruth? Well, there you
go. Wikipedia's got a lot to answer for.
I'm not 6'2". I hate to break it to myself.
You played like you were 6'4".
Thank you. 6'2". Okay, I want to get stuck into the YNRs. My YNR for this week. I sent you a picture earlier today of the
umpires.
AFL umpires coming out and Dylan and his crew saying the umpiring is the best it's ever been.
We're auditing up.
You've got to be joking me. That's like a joke, isn't it?
It is a joke. It's like a child doing their own school report. That was amazing.
Oh,
that was amazing.
My God. I think they've gone to Mother Russia and hired the propaganda guy there from the Cold War and said, you did some amazing stuff at convincing. Come and work for us. We need some help.
Oh.
The state of umpiring at the moment in the AFL, and I'm not just talking about AFL, I'm going all the way down, is...
In every league?
The worst.
What, because you played one game, so now you're an expert?
I have ever seen. I did not get enough free kicks on the weekend. I got sent off because I got sent off.
The game on the weekend?
Yeah, because I've gone to go and lead, right? Hear me out.
I didn't hear this.
Yeah, I left this out. At the end of the game, the umpires, the two umpires that we had, and shout out to the two umpires that we had on the weekend, Karen, I think it was Karen versus Parkdale, Vulture, South 35. You two are the worst umpires I've ever seen. You are the worst umpires and do not deserve to have a whistle in your hand. Ever.
How long since you've played? How long?
Hey, this is a muck around podcast.
How long?
09.
09. No. Like since the last time you ran on the ground and played like this silly Vultures football or any football.
So I played on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. But before that, that's the question.
Before that, 3 years before that.
3 years.
Yeah.
You haven't played for 3 years and you got sent off.
Yeah.
And you're blaming the umpire. Lucky that this is what would really happen in the AFL. This would be so much better if you could come on and go, honestly.
What they call is it's a green card. It's a green card, right? You've got to go.
You get a green card.
Green card, go off and cool down. Right?
That's a yellow card in most sports.
Yeah, is it like
in hockey, a yellow card is go off.
The Hulk. Green card.
Green card.
You're getting too
cool
angry.
down, calm down.
The sun's getting mighty low.
You're 6'2" and you're 95 kilos. You need to go sit down.
The umpire kept saying,
how long did you get sent off for?
You want to do better? Come and grab the whistle. And
did you?
Yeah. I should have.
Yeah. No worries, man.
I just wanted to tell him.
Shirt wouldn't fit me,
I just wish I could have told him that you are by far the worst umpire I've ever seen in my days.
Just did.
I know, and it's now out there, and I could probably cop some sort of suspension now. And do you know how much I care?
3 years you'll be suspended for.
I hope it's 10 because I'm never playing again. So, no, they've got a responsibility to be good at what you do. And your interpretations at the moment are just so far up your ass. It's ridiculous. I'm going pretty hard. The umpiring has been abominable. And I'm not the one who usually complains about it. This is from Louise. Yeah, I agree. It's just...
Yeah, it's been shite.
I think, obviously, the holding the ball has always had its issues.
Yep.
So you sort of understand
open to
interpretation. But it's everything else. It's the, blatant 50-metre penalty, Collingwood versus North Melbourne.
I think any of the 50-metre penalties at the moment, I'm like, what? Huh? I go, what? He went into what area? He didn't... What?
To me, it reeks of just terrible education on it.
Oh, it's just not needed. It's such a big penalty, and everyone's watching. Like I was watching the Eagles game. And there was one in there, and the Eagles keep getting free kicks, and I'm going like, what the fuck? What's that for? What did he get that for? Really?
Yeah. It's just not me going, oh my, Melbourne are copying. No, it's got nothing to do with Melbourne. This is AFL wide. I watch games at the moment and I just go, what?
Yeah.
What is going on with the game that I love? Why have they... What? I just can't put it into words. And anyway.
Who got the goal? Was it Rivers? I can't remember who got the goal. Someone ran in. No, it was that young kid.
Everyone's
15. What's his name?
For Melbourne you're talking about?
Yeah.
Ed Langdon.
No, it wasn't Langdon. Can't remember. He ran in and kicked a goal. Caleb Windsor. Ran and kicked a goal and they went, nah, you ran too far. And you went, ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm watching people from the kick in run a lot further than that.
There's inconsistencies, and I think that's what you're talking about. There's inconsistencies league-wide. There's a call being made here, but it's not being made over there.
Yeah.
And they've got an umpire in their ear, and I think they're
in
confused.
the ear.
There's 4 umpires out there now. Oh, this is the best it's ever been. Are you serious?
Do you know what I think? So there's the controversy of players are now milking, right? So in the Hawthorn Eagles game, there was a lot of players putting their head down and then going, I'm like hitting the head, right? And including my favourite player, Jack Darling, who, if Melbourne's interested, you could take him, like $3. Like
we'll take, what's his name?
You can...
Bro, what's his name? Bloody...
Waterman.
I think he's coming. I think it's signed, sealed, delivered. No, I don't know that. He's a good player.
He's taken some good marks. He's got a cut on his leg, so he might not be playing.
He needs to get a cut on his hair.
He definitely needs a cut, but that's Perth, right? Okay. Look at Fremantle. They're all got ponytails, the whole lot of them. Yeah, they're amazing. Blonde hippies. Hair. Like, we're so amazing in Fremantle. Can't stand them. Can't remember what I was talking about.
Do you watch the game, though, and look at the players and go, he's confused. He's really shocked. He doesn't know why that's a free kick against him. And yes, it was always happened. But right now, for me, it's just injecting themselves in the game at very crucial moments.
You know what I think? The green card, if someone deliberately ducks their head, deliberately plays for a free kick, which Jack Darling did, and my wife and I had this discussion, something should be in the ear, and they go, ball up and green card.
Or
ball up, green card. And the umpire, there's someone that is overseeing faking in the game because we don't want it to turn into soccer. And I just think they get one in the ear and the umpire, whoever's up there, is looking for fakes. And they go, fake, green card, and ball up.
There's no way you fix this. There's no way because the
hard to
game
know.
changes a lot faster than it ever has done,
Yeah.
and that's due to the
It's just a stupid rule of like
the pace of the game and
when you're out of bounds and you're running and you're holding the ball over an imaginary line
yeah
like this. Like I'm out of bounds, but the desk is inside, and I'm like doing this. There's no sport that does that.
Should be the other way around, shouldn't it?
If your feet are out, you're out. Yeah. And if it hits a post, it's not actually over the goal line. Yeah. It's play on.
Play on. Yeah.
There's a couple of rules like that you go, guys, come on.
But it's too late now.
No, it's not.
Well, is it? Because
let's just change it this week. That's what the AFL does.
Could you have a green card for the umpires?
Oh, it was Rivers. I said Rivers at first. Yeah. When I went back. I'm a bit slow on uptake. Should you what? Have a what?
A green card for the umpires now.
Imagine if it was voted by the fans. So everyone goes and sits and they all go like, yep, okay, so which umpire are we voting off the game?
Yeah. Yes, Louise, I hate Essendon, but I even felt bad for them due to some of the inexplicable umpiring decisions against them. Yes, that game, absolutely. Every Collingwood game ever played. It's like, why did you pay that for them? Why does Dacos have a different set of rules? Why do the good players have a different set of rules?
Yeah. Why do forwards have different rules to defenders?
Backs, why?
Oh, you looked at him differently. You didn't have your eyes on the ball when you punched it.
I think the umpiring is the worst it's ever been.
It's a hard
and
game.
I don't blame the AFL. I don't blame anyone. I just say
we need Razorback.
It's tough. Yeah, Razor was great. It's tough out there.
Is he not playing? Is he not umpiring anymore?
But don't come out and say it's the best it's ever been. We feel the people that are running the umpiring, we feel it's the best it's ever been.
You just don't say that.
No, you don't.
You just go, it's a difficult game to umpire. Listen, we are constantly looking to improve.
I know.
We understand the frustration. It's a hard game and we're continually improving. But don't say we're doing amazing.
It'd be like
maybe he did though. Maybe he said, this should be typical Australian media. It would be like 90% of the media he said that. And the last part was, actually, no, I think we did okay. And they went, we think we did okay.
It'd be like me back in my playing days, kicking 1 goal 7, or actually strike that. It'd be like me in my playing days getting 3 possessions. So it's average game for me, standard game for me. No, 3 possessions and getting in front of the meeting saying, I feel like it's the best football I've ever played. Yeah, I had 2 handballs and a kick, running at 50%. Efficiency. Well, 33%.
But I was efficient.
33% efficiency.
Yeah.
I still feel like I'm playing the best football I've ever played. Come on, mate. Anyway, that's my nah. So, AFL, whoever is running your... no, it's not the best it's ever been. Just come out and say, look, we've had some challenges with some things and we know that there's a little bit of frustration out in the... out with the community at the moment, that's about some decisions. We need to address these decisions instead of just coming out and going, we were correct. The AFL umpire was correct in this circumstance. Just come out and say, look, we know there's some challenges. The game is changing. Bear with us. We're trying our best. Not this is the best it's ever been. You're all crazy.
Yeah,
because that's what you're saying.
Yeah. They need to do better at the ducking is nonsense, not non-such. It's nonsense.
None such. It's
none such. There is none such place.
If you'd like to get yourself a bottle of none such whiskey,
they have 10% off right now. That's a bigger discount than what you have with your name.
Well, I'm going to talk to the guys at None Such Whiskey and say you need to get a bigger discount if you put in Robbo as the discount code.
Yeah.
Because, wow.
It is absolutely delicious. And it tastes like a honey. Are you going to drink it all? There's another bottle. We got
a few bottles here.
We got another bottle.
I'm going to take it all.
Oh,
Thank you.
Asshole.
Hey, Davo. Come guess me this riddle. What beats pipe and fiddle?
What
What's
a
hotter than
dickhead.
mustard
You're
and
such
stronger
a
than
dickhead.
cream?
Right, where's the green card? Let's send this dickhead off. Look at this stupid thing. You're a knob. Look at that.
Hey, it's a good song. It's called The Humours of Whiskey. I'm going to sing it.
How come it's not on here? I can't read.
Righto. Let's get back on track.
Yes.
Next
Focus.
thing, what is your...
nah?
What's your nah for this week? You've been away too long. You don't know what's going on.
You know what my nah is? The US political debate.
Let's talk about something
that
that's
is
not
a
football.
big Yeah, nah.
Yep.
And I'll only do it really quickly because people probably don't care. And maybe
I
you
think
do,
they
but
do.
tell me if you do or not.
Do you know what?
But I watched it.
Go, sorry.
And it's I think Biden was a deep fake. I don't think he was real. I think he was a fake.
He's a puppet.
He was not there, and they were using a deep fake visual of him, and the software developer it's glitching.
Oh,
and he couldn't. The internet was slow where they were getting the connection from, and it was hard for him as the fake to transmit, and that's why his reactions were like this.
Literally, you can see the wheel spinning. It's true.
He was like this. He was like,
it's true.
But I mean, Trump can make you do that. He can make you go, but you would go like, what? Like that. You go, what? Yeah. You wouldn't go.
Can I take a step back though and say that the whole thing is just a joke? You've got a criminal. Well, he
is. Well, arguably Clinton did the same. Bill Clinton. He did the same thing.
Reagan was an actor. You know,
he did the same thing. He paid and got away with it. Didn't get charged for it. I'm not supporting. I'm not being seen to be supporting.
But what did he really do?
I don't like Trump at all.
What did Clinton really do?
Well, the Monica Lewinsky thing was one, and there were others.
It's a sexual thing. So
they were sexual.
It's different. We're talking about somebody who is going through. This is just what makes me go, what the hell? This is a guy that's going through legal shit to the highest court that they have, and he's still allowed to run for presidency. And then you've got the deep fake guy.
I think it's and Louise is right. Like, it's astounding that a country with 319 million people has a system where the only two people, they're the only two people choices. And I think their political system's a bit messed up. Like, if you think, Kennedys are still coming through, and there was Bill Clinton, and then there's Hillary Clinton, and now they're going like Obama, and then they're going Michelle Obama. I'm like, can we go outside of one family?
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be, it's not the War brothers. We can have other people open the batting and play number 3. We don't need just Mark War and Steve Waugh. Like we can, they were different because they're both very good.
How it works over there.
But
it's the richest people keep.
Yes, because it's what you pay for, gets the elections, that gets the dollars, that gets the airwaves, that gets you in front of people. And that's the unfortunate situation. And the Trump thing, I don't think actually is related necessarily to the charges he's got right now. But let's not forget that he incited a riot on the Capitol, and people stormed into the what is it called again? The bloody building where they all do the Parliament. Was it? Stormed the Capitol. Yeah, the Capitol. They stormed the Capitol. People died, and he incited it, and he got told not to do it, and he did it, and he's a dickhead. And it's like, find someone else. He's not representative of the Republican Party, and Biden's not representative of the Democratic Party. No. Find someone else. I reckon my is Taylor Swift for PM. She's going to run for president, right? Or she could just wave her magic wand and go, I think Kamala Harris. Yeah. I think it should be Kamala Harris, and I almost sounded like Trump then. I think it should be Kamala Harris. Yeah, no. You're my friend. Anyway, Kamala Harris could run, or anyone, and Taylor Swift could just go, I nominate.
Yeah. Does she speak like that? It's a very feminine voice that you just put on.
I don't know.
I love it though. That's great because
that's what it's like.
If she decided to run, she's got enough money to do it herself. Because I know these guys that are all backed in by rich, wealthy, powerful families.
Tatum could probably run.
Tatum could run.
Tatum and Brown. That'd be like president and vice president.
So I think that she'd win.
Yeah. Anyway, so the point was the election was the debate was a complete disaster. I'm moving to Boston, as you know. So this podcast is going to end up with a little semi-virtual situation going on, hopefully. Yeah. But I'm going to go back for a little while, and last time I moved to the US, Trump got in.
It's going to be exciting times for you over there.
It's going to probably happen again, which is super disappointing.
Yeah. So all roads lead to the MCG this Sunday.
I need to get whiskey. You talk about the game for a sec. I'm going to try and duck past the camera.
So West Coast versus Melbourne, it's a big matchup. And in terms of I don't think it's really going. And you can jump on and give me a message here if you think that Melbourne are still in with a real chance to win a finals game this year. Because I don't know. I don't know if we're going to even make it exactly. You look at the run home, people. I really want to see things, and this is what we're going to finish up with the podcast this evening. What do you want to see between now and the end of the year? Which I think is a legitimate question. I want to see these kids getting played. I want to see Taj Woden out there, obviously, because my best mate's son. Love to see how he goes about it. Tell me why he doesn't play, please. I want to see Kynan Brown out there. Tell me why he doesn't get a go. Who do you want to see out there running around? The obvious one is we need a forward line, and we're going to find a forward line over the summer break to help Bailey and to help, Cozzy, to help Jacob to kick goals. We need. Was terrible who? Bailey Fritsch obviously is. It's not in great form. I do sympathise a little bit. So I do sympathise a little bit with forward. Sometimes you're at the mercy of the delivery that you get, and it was Cozzy. Maybe we should talk about Cozzy for a bit. Good luck in the USA, Dave, from Louise. Thank you, Louise.
I'll be around, Louise.
We will still do some podcasts. But I really want to know what you guys want to see from the Demons between now and the end of the year. Melbourne winning some games. Ruth, Taj, Kynan and Jake. I like it. That's really good. We do want to see some kids come through because we have a very young side. And let's have a look at this week. Do you know what I'm excited about this week? This week, the great man back, Melksham.
That's awesome.
It's so good. What about his playing the forward line before he did his knee? I can't wait to see Melky back.
Who's he in for?
Well, there's a few outs because it's the Sunday game. We don't know for sure yet. Harrison Petty out, Daniel Turner out, and Kynan Brown out. Ins, Jake Melksham, Christian Salem, good in. Bailey Laurie, hard running, hard working. He's not 6'2". And Tom Fullerton, who is in as well. And Tom Fullerton is a big boy. So I'm looking forward to Sunday to see what we throw up against the Weagles. Obviously, it wasn't a great game last time we played them. I definitely want the young ones to get games and to find a working forward line and system moving the ball forward, and that's from Louise. I'm always nervous when they come back from knees, and that's Milky. So I think we'll be all watching with bated breath. Remember David Schwartz when he did his knee? I was there at his comeback game after the last one. So he'd done 3 knees before I arrived, and we were all hard in mouth watching him play out in the MCG. I believe I played, this is 1997, I played over at the Punt Road Oval Ground in the reserves, Melbourne Reserves. And we're just so excited to get the game over and done with so that we could watch Schwarter play. Because remember what David Schwartz was like before he did his knee? He was something else. We had David Neitz and David Schwartz, and Melbourne supporters must have been going, how good is life?
Yeah.
What about this talent coming through?
Yep.
Wow-wee. And the form of 1990 and the form of 93 and 94.
Jeff Farmer running around.
Wow.
You running around.
95, 96 was Jeff Farmer, but David Schwartz did his knee 3 times in a row and he could have been absolutely anything. That's folklore stuff. So, yeah, Melky's coming back from a knee, so we'll all be waiting, bated breath, hoping that he can get through the game. I watched him train the other day.
Another mid-sized forward, though.
Correct. But, I mean, look, you've got...
Van Rooyen played so well.
At the end of the day, they're all good players. They just need to play well. You know, you just got to play well. Everyone's going, well, let's go and let's go find someone. No, it's there.
Like that second quarter is like, rewatch the second quarter last week and work out what you did really well because they played so well.
Right.
It was exciting. It was great. And then, okay.
It's going to come from within.
Yeah.
Right? Your performance.
You'll smash the Eagles.
Should do.
Like it's going to be really hard actually because I'll be honest. I'm an Eagles supporter. I grew up with them, right? When they won last time, I was off the plane and I was coming back and I was just like, they don't need to win this. Melbourne needs to win this. I'm like, just play really well, get really close, but lose. Because I'm like, I don't care. I'm a Melbourne member. Yeah. I want to see Melbourne play in the finals. I'm like, just lose. This week, I'm like, I don't think Melbourne's playing finals.
No, I don't think we are either.
So I'm kind of going to, I might get a bit like.
Of course we can. And hey, what if Melbourne's form turns around completely and they start playing like they did up in Brisbane and win every single game?
They can't. They've played like one good quarter in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, true. So looking
they were shithouse against Collingwood. That was
We're
awful.
Looking to the future now, and it's all there. I think Max could play till he's 41. Why not? Pendles is. There's guys that have done it. Why can't he?
Rucker's different.
Yeah, give him a rest every now and then. Jacob Van Roon can run in there.
He's so good, though. He is elite.
Fullerton and a couple other guys that can run through there. But yeah, he's so good, though, Davo. He's so good.
He is very, very good.
So even him at 3 quarters.
It's going to be a weird game for me. I'm going to be really torn.
Visibility. You will be torn. And that's okay. I expect you to go for the Eagles.
Yeah.
Melky.
But then if they lose, I'm going to let rip.
Yeah, I know you will. I know you will. Just like you did with me with Boston Celtics. Yeah. Melky did look good at training. He looked really good. Confident, Louise.
We drove past Punt Road. I don't know where we were going, but we saw saw Lever and Melcham. They were all training before the Melbourne game 2 weeks ago, maybe. I can't remember.
I'll put it to you. Did Melbourne look better because we had Lever back?
He's definitely a big in. Definitely gives you structure, and you see his leadership now. He's like telling everyone where to go and what to do, and I think he makes a big difference, huge difference.
He makes a difference. He absolutely does to the side.
Like May is solid, like bang, 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 but Lever is really organising everyone. I think he's like the general back there.
Maisy's 10 times better when he's there.
Yeah,
because he can protect Lever, and then he'll knows Lever's going to come across and take this mark, and all he's got to do is, do his back craft, and then he outmarks guys all the time. He's got to be the best in the league surely at just outmarking other forwards. He's so good, and Lever gives him that extra confidence to do that, and I think it filters through.
What did you get the green card for?
Okay, so this is what happened, right? I was happy enough with the game. Everything was going okay. I thought the umpiring was disgraceful. I've gone to lead, and as I've gone to lead, a guy comes sprinting at me and just eyes on me, not even looking at the ball down the ground, and just hip and shoulders me to the ground. Not maliciously, not to hurt me, supporter. Just to stop me from leading. And I hit the ground hard, like, ugh. And I turned to the umpire, and he was looking at me, and I go, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And he goes, "Green card, get off."
What?
That's because everyone was going off at him, and the umpire, the supporters were all going off at him. But really what they were doing was just telling him the truth.
So you got whacked, and then you went, "What the fuck?" And you got sent off.
Yes. Yeah.
He got nothing
because he didn't see it. He reckons he didn't see it. Or he must have reckoned he didn't.
Yeah, but you don't need jerk reaction. What a dickhead.
Umpiring is the worst it's ever been. Everywhere.
Same with politics.
Not junior footy though, because I really love that they play young kids, and I think we're getting better as a society at dealing with young umpires at games. There are, of course, small things that happen every now and then that make it look bad, but you've got to understand that these guys are only 13 and 14 that are umpiring your kid that's 9 years of age. But we're talking about a 50-year-old bloke and another guy who was playing who really shouldn't have been running around out there. I worried for his health. Anyway, move on.
Let's move on. What's your prediction?
I'm going to go Melbourne and I think they're going to win by 28 points, a bit. 28 points. If Cozzy Pickett, and can I just say this? Because I know you loved it too. You loved his game.
Yeah, he was great.
Played really well. And it was fun to watch, yeah?
Yeah, really fun. God, that game was great.
Yeah.
It was so disappointing to lose that game. So disappointing.
Yeah. He ran a lot and he stayed on the ground and he plied his craft. He did what he was supposed to do.
His goal was such a joke. Kicked it on the ground. He was kicking it forward and it went in. Did you see? Like he didn't even mean it and it went in. And when he means it, he kicks it out in the full. I said that to Fee. I go, every time Danaher goes for a goal, I go, out in the full. He's hopeless.
Yeah. It's like the gods just don't want us to win at the moment.
Yeah.
That's just how it feels.
Yeah.
But look, it's not personal.
Nah.
You might feel it's personal as a Melbourne supporter at the moment. Why us? Why always us? Why can't we just win one? We had this team and we thought it was, and they just, unlucky with injuries, the forward line, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
And we just got to get back to good form, and we've got a team. We'll be right.
Be a club like Sydney that just doesn't ever bottom out.
Well, I mean, they've got the academy. Let's not go into that.
Yeah.
That's a that we could go through.
It is ridiculous. And they've got more, they're the most supported club in the country.
Really?
No, well, people that say they're Sydney Swans supporters.
Oh, okay.
They have the most supporters of any club. Doesn't mean they bought a membership, but they have the most supporters.
Yeah, okay. I don't know the analytics.
So the AFL's done really well with their expansion, and it's time to maybe no more preferential favours.
Yeah.
Because they seem to be going really well.
Yeah. But you would have been like everybody before the Brisbane game, thinking, here we go.
Flogged.
We're going to
50 points I picked.
Yeah. Yeah, in the Bang On app, I did the same. I had 22 points. I'm ashamed to say that Melbourne would lose by. But that was based on form. And when you're out of form going to Brisbane, it's not a good thing.
But it was only 1 out of 3 quarters. They played 1 in 4 quarters. Really?
Brisbane's hard winning.
Oh, it's definitely hard. And they're a good side. They'll come back into the 8. They might even, at this rate, go all the way to 4. They're a really good team.
Yeah. So
Eagles aren't.
Yeah, no.
The fact that we beat you in Perth is unbelievable. Considering how we played against Hawthorn, which was the most insipid, shitful thing I've ever seen since the Hawthorn grand final.
Hawthorn are pretty good at the moment. Hawthorn are going okay. They're going okay.
Yeah, they are. They're the most informed team. They're going to make the 8, maybe.
No, there's a lot of informed.
They're the same points as you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Anyway, let's move on. Let's get off. Shall we get off?
Yeah, we should leave. We're just going to keep drinking whiskey. We're just feeling like...
Yeah, I want something to talk about. Next couple of weeks, I want to get a few more shows in before you go, Dave. So
we need to run. We need to get back to...
Yeah. So we'll be back next week. And
we've been distracted.
I'm going to have a guest next week, and I want to get a musician on as well. So we want to get some heat going. We want the Dees to do well, obviously, this week against the Eagles. I'll see you there on Sunday.
Yeah.
I'll be there working out on the ground, trying to keep everybody up and about.
I'll tell you what, that Melbourne... Did anyone go to the North Melbourne game?
Yeah, I did.
Did anyone else?
I went and hid under the ground.
I went to Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, my God. Oh, how was that?
It was really good. Okay. You would like me for this. Can I tell this story? No. So we're queuing.
Go for it.
He said no, right? I'm going to tell this story, right?
Okay.
So, I don't like the political thing. I don't like politics and I don't like religion, even though I've mentioned them twice now. But I'm standing in line with my wife to go into the Jerry Seinfeld concert. And we got really good seats because I'm a huge Jerry Seinfeld fan from watching the Seinfeld.
Yep.
And
was there a heckler?
Not a heckler. Oh, there was. Yeah, there was.
Anyway.
But these people, we're queuing up. And these people, there's a huge queue to get in. But the queue's going to take 8 minutes. That's my estimation, right? 8 minutes.
Yep.
These people come in and just merge straight in right at we were halfway. We're really at the front, and they come in and they come stand there, and I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" I was tired. I was so jet lagged. I arrived at 7 a.m. that morning, and I was like, "Nah, no, I'm not having this." I've been on a 24-hour flight.
I'm not having it.
You, my friend, they said, we're VIPs. And I went, so am I, fuck off, go to the back of the line. And they were like, no, we're VIP or whatever. I said, this isn't the VIP line, this is the human line. Yeah. We're all humans. Humans in a line to see a concert and to see a comedian, and you're whatever level you think you are, this isn't like platinum frequent flyer status. This is, we're going into Rod Laver Arena, take your piece of paper and go back that way. Yeah. I was my wife was like, just calm down, Dave, don't get too angry. And no one did anything. I yelled over 8 people. Yeah. I think there might have been my frustration over the way the Eagles were playing and Melbourne losing. And I just was really angry. And I was just like, no, you... Go, get out of here. And the security guards weren't doing anything, and it was really annoying. Anyway, they moved behind me.
They just moved
They
behind
said,
you.
I think we'll go behind you. And I said, I think what you need to do is keep walking to the back of the line.
With the security guards, AFL umpires. Useless.
Anyway, he was pretty good.
He was good.
And there was a heckler. Yeah, and it was really good.
Did you laugh or were you in there like this?
Yeah, I was pretty angry. I'm sorry, I got to line up now. I was like an old man. I was like so jet lagged. Oh, I got to pour it into a cup, do I? Oh, I have to pour it into a cup. Like you had to pour your drinks into a cup. Like I can't. I was like 20 rows back. What am I going to do? Throw a can at Jerry Seinfeld? Why would I pay to sit at Jerry Seinfeld and then throw a can? I guess the Palestine-Israel thing is probably why you would throw the can. So I'm like, okay, I get it.
Gary says anger issues. Ha ha.
Yeah, I had anger issues, Gary.
I got to hand it to you though, Dave. I've got 3 boys. All right, 3 boys. You've got 2 girls, and the way you're able to deal with the emotions that run through this place are so different. And for no disrespect, girls are different to boys in terms of the way that teenagers. And we're talking teenagers here. We're not talking 7-year-olds, 8. We're talking teenagers.
Yeah,
right in it. The boys. No one talks at all. The boys just go to their rooms and then they come down for a cuddle and a movie and a bit of food.
That's amazing.
And it's throw the ball around, break something.
Amazing.
Do not clean up after themselves. Don't know how to clean up after themselves. I ask them to do it and it's just like, I'll give it to me. It's shit house. What you're trying to do. And then they laugh and walk off.
That is amazing.
No screaming.
It's different
quiet.
It's different in a girl's house. So
and what I hear here, sometimes I just go.
So the other night we were there and like I think we were eating tacos or something, and one of my daughters was having a complete meltdown. Like you would go level of meltdown, and like me yelling at Jerry Seinfeld is a 5. Yeah. They were like 16 out of 10. Yeah. They were like completely melting down, and I'm going. I was doing the Biden. I went like this.
You were
looking at my wife like, and she was like, it's nodding like, I think it's that time. And I went, okay, it must.
We'll be very careful what we say here.
I know, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna
for my mother's sake.
Silent.
For my mother's sake, I'm glad she had 3 daughters. Because it's wonderful for her now. It's really wonderful. And you've got that coming for you when you get older. They're going to look after you. I don't know how much you're going to get because the way they treat my dad is, they just get frustrated with dad.
Gary said having girls teaches you the rules of netball very quickly. Gary, I go to netball, right?
Yeah.
Umpires.
Yeah. No, but at least.
This one girl, I think she just grew up thinking you just blow the whistle all the time. Like you don't know what the rules are. You just go beep, 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 beep,
contact.
Beep, beep, contact. Beep, too close. Beep, beep, yeah, beep. And she's like, I don't know. Beep, stand next to him. Beep. And I'm like, oh my God, this sport.
Actually, netball at the highest level is really good to watch.
Yes, it is.
It's really good to watch. I really enjoy it.
Yeah.
But not junior level. And I mean, it's probably the same for everything. But yeah, contact is such a big issue.
Contact. You can't defend. Can't knock the ball out. Anyway, whatever. Hey, look forward to doing the Biden. Yeah, that's exactly. Hey, thanks everyone for joining again. I know we were a little late. We're a bit, and we were slow.
We've been all over the place.
We're just like Melbourne. We're a bit up and down.
We knew that you'd have a bit of work on this year, Davo, which has had you abroad a lot. So we haven't been able to do much. And we really wanted to bring to you a lot about Melbourne, food and music and some guests. Just haven't been able to do that this year, but we're going to keep pushing between now and the end of the year and between the time you go. How long have you got?
It depends on whether they give me a visa. I'm still waiting on the visa applications.
Between now and then, we
only have like 4. Like we're moving out of our house.
Bit of diversity on the show soon. I think, something.
I can dial in from Boston.
How good was it when Brett Wood was on the show?
It was so good. Music is good.
And
you got to keep it running. You got to fly the flag. I'll give you all that you need. You enable yourself. I'll teach you how to do it. The fans will turn up. And I'll dial in from Melbourne, from Boston or wherever I am every now and then.
Yeah. Barry's had his whiskey too. Good on you.
Is he?
We're going to go have a couple more. And Gary's right. We're going to have a strong 4th quarter this week, hopefully. We just want to run out the game.
You know what's happened? We lost the avocado. This is the problem.
Yeah, that's right.
I never threw it out. Did you throw it out, Fee? It's got to be here.
It's a good little maraca now.
When I clean up, it'll be here. Remember when you were going to eat it?
Before you get ready with the off button, we're going to say goodbye. Go Dees.
Go Eagles.
Go Eagles. It's going to be good. I'm going to be at the MCG. I'm sure you all will be there
I'll
too.
be there too.
You'll be there with the girls. We'll have a beer after the game. Despite, it doesn't matter who wins or loses, as long as the umpires don't suck for once. That would be good.
It does matter. Melbourne need to win.
We don't need to win. We need this win, and we need pretty much all of them between now and the end of the year.
Cheese board, Gary.
But I'm looking.
I'm hungry now.
I'm looking at that team this week, and I'm trying to find little diamonds. Little diamonds.
You only need 2 quarters to beat the Eagles.
I'm looking for little diamonds.
Okay.
Because his performance last week, diamond.
Yeah, but
Van Roon's continued form, diamond.
Bailey will kick 6 this week.
Windsor's been good. You know, Conan Brown's tackle, diamond.
Play Jack Darling in the back line. Adam Simpson's out, by the way, I reckon.
Reckon?
Yeah, he's gone.
What? He's ridden it this long?
They got enough money now. I think it's time.
They could buy
Dean Cox. Dean Cox will coach next year.
No.
We got to go, apparently. Fee's saying just get it off.
See you later.
Get rid of it. See you, everyone.
Bye.
These by 50.